Hi, I'm Joe. On this episode of Hitchhike with Joe Mike, I am in the Maldives staying at the ultimate luxury resort, the St. Regis. Whether you are planning a stay here or another resort in the Maldives, I'll provide information to help you understand what to expect during a stay in the middle of the Indian Ocean. This episode is divided into 5 sections: arriving there, rooms, the island, activities, and food and drinks. On this trip, I am heading to the Maldives and then Denmark before returning home to Chicago. It'll be a nice mix of cold cocktails and hot chocolate. Obviously, I'm focusing on the Maldives in this video because, well, it's the Maldives vlog. So here I am at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. Tip number 1, if you're heading to the Maldives, prepare yourself for a long journey. Even best case, if you have a direct flight to Male, the capital of the Maldives, you will need to take either a speedboat or an aircraft to the island the resort is located on, giving you at least one connection point on a direct flight. Given the long journey and up to a 12-hour time zone difference with the US, I would recommend a stay of at least 5 nights minimum in the Maldives to make the most of your trip to paradise. If you do have a connection prior to arriving in Male, choose your connection airport wisely. Obviously, scheduling and costs are primary decision points. Those being equal, choose an airport where there is much to do to pass the time. Both Dubai and Doha are great options. I opt to connect through Doha for a new experience since I've been to Dubai. There is a lot to do here. There's a lot of good food to choose from. Donuts, teas, coffees. There's also a lot of high-end shops. So if you wanted to go shopping for high-end watches, clothes, purses, even cars, it's all here. So if you have a longer layover, you can actually get a lot of stuff done. There's reading rooms, there's a TV room, and there's even a luxurious transit hotel available within the airport close to Concourse B for up to a 24-hour stay. If you're wondering what that bear's called, well, it's called Untitled Bear Lamp. Sometimes you just gotta call something what it is. If you actually want to see Doha and you have a longer connection, let's say 4 or 5 hours, you can actually take transit tours and actually see the city. They'll bring you back to the airport and you can head over to wherever you're flying. It's about 10 o'clock at night and my flight to Male is at 2 a.m. I'll get in tomorrow morning. It is very important to consider both your scheduled arrival and departure from Male. Ensure you arrive in Male as early in the day as possible. Seaplanes only operate during daylight, so if you have a delay and miss your seaplane, you may need to spend the night in Male and fly out the next morning, missing one night at your resort on Paradise Island. Early morning departures from Male may mean that you have to leave your resort the day before and spend the night in Male as well. Most, if not all, resorts handle the transfer from Male to the property so you don't have to worry about it. Confirm details with your resort. Upon arriving in Male, you are greeted by a representative of the resort who will guide you to your speedboat or aircraft. In some cases, you have to head to their booth. The more luxurious resorts, like the St. Regis, have their own lounge where you can wait. So instead of this, you experience this. The representative will take care of your check-in and immigration procedures. While driving to the lounge, I was given an iPad with a personalized message from my butler welcoming me to the Maldives.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Welcome to the Maldives. My name is Ibrahim. I'll be your butler during your stay. I grew up in the...
Quite a nice touch and attention to detail. The resorts that are closer to Male have an option for speedboat or aircraft. However, the resorts further out only utilize an aircraft given the distance.
Thank you.
If you have a choice, I would highly recommend the seaplane for the full Maldivian experience and some great views. Try to get on first and sit right behind the pilot as I did. Since the St. Regis is a 45-minute flight from Male, my only option is a seaplane. Be forewarned, seaplanes are very loud and pricey compared to an equivalent distance traveled by boat. A round-trip seaplane from Male to the St. Regis is close to $1,000 US. Upon landing on the Indian Ocean, you are greeted by staff. The general manager gives me a refreshing drink and a coconut and a handwritten welcome letter. After a few relaxing minutes in the lounge, I meet my butler.
I have a personal butler, his name is Ibrahim, and here he is.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. I've always come to St. Regis for my exclusive experience.
While not all resorts have a butler, the St. Regis is renowned for this service. Since this private island is remote, the butlers live on it, so I have the benefit of having the same butler for the entirety of my stay. I'm able to text him on WhatsApp 24/7 and response is immediate. The butler can help with packing, unpacking, pressing clothes, making meal and activity reservations, transportation, anything. And don't forget to tip your butler. I recommend going all out and booking a Sunset Overwater Villa if you head to the Maldives. That's what I did.
Welcome your Sunset Overwater Villa 5.
Alright.
This type of room is multiple upgrades over a garden villa because it's over water and facing the sunset. I will show you both room types so that you can compare. If you are not staying at the St. Regis, you will still benefit from this section as it'll give you an idea of what to expect at a luxurious Maldivian resort.
Welcome to my villa. This is basically the kitchen. We have the beers, the sodas, the wines here. We have some snacks here. We have the waters and the coffees here. You know, everything that is needed to make my stay comfortable. We got a little desk here, a little mini bar. Obviously, you have to pay for these bottles. As I move towards here, we have the dining area. I had some welcome chocolates left for me. There is a bottle of champagne ready to go and a bowl of fruit so that I can watch this Bang & Olufsen TV. This is the bedroom. There is an iPad that controls the entire room, from curtains to lights to TV.
Plan to play with this feature for at least 20 to 30 minutes.
This is the bathroom with one amazing view. We get into the closet. This closet is pretty amazing. And then there's also a desk, two desks actually, one in the kitchen and one in the closet. And now the outside. Look at this. There is an infinity pool. You got chairs, umbrellas, hammocks, everything you need here to watch the sunset.
Complimentary snorkeling gear rental is available at the Water Sports Center, and each overwater villa has a private entry into the water.
Today's my last day in the Maldives.
After checking out of my Sunset Overwater Villa,
They gave me this garden villa to spend the day in until my flight, which is at 8 o'clock tonight. So it was a nice gesture. This is actually a really nice, private and secluded villa. It has its own private pool, swing, and it's walled off. Now here on the inside, it's the same style as the Overwater Villa, same type of TV, but the bed is facing the pool, which is really nice, and there's a little couch by the window and a little nook over there, which is kind of cozy, I think. And the bathroom is actually really nice. And one thing that the bathroom has that the Overwater Villa did not have, an outdoor shower. Because this is so secluded, it's walled off to everybody else. Well, you can take a shower outside naked and nobody's gonna know. They also provide a lot of amenities here, so I would like to share a few of them with you so that you understand what you need to bring. What they provided is a shaving kit, a manual shave with shaving cream, dental floss, there's a comb, wooden comb, dental kit, which is a toothbrush and toothpaste, you have a sewing kit, which is typical of a lot of places like this, mouthwash, and even a loofah. These are available to you, complimentary.
there's also quite a few items you can use in the closet, including a flashlight, umbrellas, flip-flops, a beach bag, and life vests. Bath salts are also provided.
Make sure you bring sunscreen. It is very expensive here. It is very needed, even if it's a cloudy day.
Bring mosquito repellent as well. While there is a bottle in the room, it's all natural without DEET, so it may not be as effective.
At least on this island here, I have not seen any mosquitoes. I brought mosquito repellent just in case.
Onto the island itself. Much of the architecture on the previously uninhabited island is inspired by marine life. The whale bar, a whale shark. The villas, manta rays. The Iridium Spa, a lobster. More important than the architecture is the concept I'm about to share, which is applicable at many of the resorts, not just the St. Regis.
I would like to introduce the concept of island time. Here on the island of Vommuli, where St. Regis is located, is an hour ahead of Male. The reason for this is not because it's distance or a different time zone, but this island is an hour ahead because it allows for more daylight time for us to do activities.
Your phone's clock will not change automatically, so you will have to change it manually if your resort operates on island time. Keep this time change in mind on your departure day for obvious reasons. The small island is easily walkable. All points of interest are also accessible via a bicycle as well. Each villa has bicycles with plates displaying the room number for easy identification at the numerous bicycle parking locations all over the island. If you prefer to be chauffeured around and watch others bicycle instead, you can text your butler. That's my preference for morning yoga. There are plenty of activities on the island to keep you busy. While I won't be covering all of them, these are some of my favorite and are typically offered at resorts across the Maldives in some fashion.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I've never done yoga before, so I'm going to my first yoga / meditation session on the island today.
Now we are here in our Iridium Spa.
Morning yoga classes are held at the Overwater Iridium Spa, where you can meditate in an open-air lounge, not only listening to the ocean waves, but also seeing them through the floor portholes. Talk about relaxing. The Maldives must be seen from the air at least once.
One way to do that is on a seaplane. If that doesn't work, try parasailing. That's what I'm going to do in a little bit. All right, so where are we going, Abraham?
Good afternoon. So today, Mr. Josh is going to experience the parasailing.
So I'm actually going to take off and land on that boat, that little runway there. That should be fun. You guys ready?
Yeah, Joe, that's
Ready.
right?
The country is made up of approximately 1,100 islands, and seeing them from up above is quite breathtaking. Seeing your resort island from the air gives you another perspective.
Well, I mentioned this is one way to see Vommuli Island from the air, and there it is. That's great, yeah.
Returning to sea level, a spa visit is a must, combining relaxation with the sights and sounds of paradise. Book a suite and pick from a variety of spa treatments. How the heck am I supposed to fit into that? Anyway, one of the more unique options is a dip in the Blue Hole Pool, one of the largest hydrotherapy pools in the Maldives. There are many other activities that you can choose from. I highly recommend reviewing what the resort offers and booking excursions prior to your arrival for the first half of your trip, so that if there are cancellations due to weather, for example, you have time to reschedule.
Otherwise, you may not be able to do something if you book it for the last day and it rains. There's also a place on the island called the Vommuli House. It has a game room, including billiards, air hockey, board games. There's also a salon there. There is a gym. There's a tennis court, and the best part of all this is that it's all open 24 hours.
Many resorts have similar game rooms, which come in handy in the evenings after dinner when it's dark. The St. Regis also has a library for those who prefer to be studious, with 800 books and a couple workstations with printers. Food and drinks at resorts in the Maldives, particularly at the St. Regis, are pricey but a worthy Epicurean adventure. Even if you don't stay at the St. Regis, you will still find this section helpful.
Here's our Alba restaurant. Alba is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
The breakfast buffet at the Alba here at the St. Regis is amazing.
Alba has a large menu you can order off of in addition to the self-service buffet. Most resorts feature a buffet-style breakfast. Given how expensive meals are in the Maldives, take advantage of the all-you-can-eat buffet, allowing for a lighter lunch.
On your left side, here is our Oriental restaurant where we offer Chinese and Japanese cuisine. You already have a reservation during your stay.
I highly recommend trying every restaurant at the resort to experience its specialized cuisine and signature cocktails. And you should make reservations for all your dinners prior to arriving in the Maldives. Ask the resort to email menus and their private dining options that can include a meal on your own private island.
I hope to enjoy with your dinner today. Our special dinner is Arabic. So we are here like 3-4 Cheers.
The Whale Bar serves dinner and cocktails, and every evening is the home to the Violet Hour, a St. Regis tradition. Rotating butlers will saber open a champagne bottle and share it with guests as the sun sets. If you do not have a villa facing the sunset, this is a good place to be. On top of all this, you get complimentary snacks as well. So here's a summary of all the tips so far. The St. Regis Maldives is a luxurious escape with the premium price tag but worth every penny. From personalized service to thoughtful touches, every detail is meticulously crafted by an attentive staff who consistently go above and beyond to ensure an unforgettable experience. One last tip, if you are only staying at a resort, no need to exchange currency. Everything is charged back to the room and onto your credit card. Just bring crisp US dollars to tip the butler and staff.
Ready to go to Denmark.